How are we? Are we on?
We're on live. Hello,
Hello,
everybody. Long time no
everyone.
talk.
Yes, it's been a minute, but
Been a
I'm
minute.
excited. I'm
It's
excited
June
we're here.
already.
It's what? Oh yeah,
It's
June,
June, and it's
summertime,
almost going into July, which is crazy.
and we're almost done with summer. Summertime's almost
It
finished.
is. It is crazy. Yeah.
How about what's your side of the world? We were just
Well,
discussing about me, but let's like
oh,
recap
so you're
everything.
gonna discuss about you privately. I'm gonna discuss about me
No,
in
no.
public. I see how it is. Okay. Well, I have. Okay, I'm fine.
No,
No, kids are
I'll
kids
share
are off
mine
school.
afterwards. But
Yeah. Yeah.
before Christina share, we want to welcome you guys
Hello,
back. Thank you for tuning in again.
everyone.
And for those that are new, that first time coming to watch us, thank you for joining us. My name is Ben, and I'm a realtor out in Southern California, technically LA County. And I don't know if you saw Christina, but I actually joined new brokerage. So now I'm with LPT
Oh.
Realty. We can
Okay,
get into that in a little
congratulations,
bit.
congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you. And we have Christina here, the my good friend in the Bay Area. And introduce yourself, Christina.
Hi, my name's Kristina Park, and I'm an estate planning attorney here out in Bay Area, as well as I have a remote team that serves clients down in Orange County as well. I help families sleep better, knowing exactly what will happen to their kids and to their home, to their assets, even in the worst of scenarios. And I do that by putting living trusts and wills and guardianship documents in place. And yeah, like believe it or not, a lot of clients tell me that you're in the business of making people sleep better, improving people's sleep. I
I
said,
love
all right,
that.
I'll
I
take that.
love
I'll take
that.
that. Yeah.
It's interesting. So my job is to get them through the stress to finally own an asset, and then
Mhm.
yours is getting through. Oh, let me. Okay, the gate's open. So yeah, that's amazing, and we are on the topic today. We are part 7, Christina.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
amazing so much.
Consistency, Ben. Consistency.
You know,
I love it.
let's get into a little about our lives and what's been up with us. I'll start first
Yeah, go
since
for it.
so it's
Yes.
been actually what, like 3 weeks now, almost.
Hmm.
Has it been 3 weeks? Yeah, so 3 weeks. A lot has happened with the Pie Champagne family. We have well, number one for me and my wife, we just was able to really enjoy the summertime
Mm,
in Vegas and also San Diego with the family, and so that was really nice.
mhm.
We just went to the beach, or we just walked
Oh,
around, the city, or just stayed in the house. Or in Vegas, we got to see actually some of my wife's family members all
oh.
over the place, like from Oregon and down to like all from Southern California. So like
Wait, was it like a family reunion in
it
Vegas?
was
Is that?
so it was my father's in-law's birthday. And
Oh,
then I believe there was someone else's birthday, so they just kind of made it a reunion.
oh,
So
that's really good.
that was fun. And
Yeah.
then we had and then we San Diego, like, man, it's always San Diego's beautiful. So
Oh
we
yeah. Never not a good place, right? It's
yeah,
beautiful. It's breezy. It's sunny, and people are happy.
yeah,
I love San Diego. I used to
yeah.
live in San Diego when I first came to United States from Korea. Actually, I was
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah, like
Oh,
during my seventh grade year, eighth grade year, ninth grade year. That's when I was in San Diego. That was my first experience of America.
what part do you remember, or
Oh yeah,
was
Rancho
it?
Bernardo is
Oh,
where I lived.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
changed a lot since then, but it was always a beautiful place.
yeah. So I'm staying right now. We're in Mira Mesa, which is
Near
by
Mesa, very
the
close,
yes.
like by
So
Balboa and like yeah.
yeah, so I just had
Mhm.
my conference. I'm here this weekend because I
Oh,
had my conference, not for real estate, but I'm also a distributor and educating people about King and Water, which is
oh yeah, yeah, water.
water. It's just so good. And then so we had
Okay.
a whole convention, 51st anniversary here.
Mm.
My team had like a sunset cruise the other day, you know, the
Oh,
2 hour sunset
wow.
cruise.
That's fun.
Yeah, so if you go to my Instagram right now, Ben your agent, you'll see like little stories of
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Yay.
yeah.
Congratulations on, working and having fun at the same time. That's good.
You have to, right?
Yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah. You gotta count
How
your blessings.
about how about
For
you?
okay, my update. I've been to. I think I was traveling quite a bit. I was at a business conference for law firm business owners. In
Wow.
uh, what is that city called? Hollywood, Florida. And
Oh, okay.
then, yeah, it was really nice. It was my first time seeing the Atlantic Ocean and
Mm.
playing with the water there. It's just so tepid. Like it's very warm and it's very
Ooh,
it's like bath water. So it was cool. And I got to see the sunrise on the ocean, not sunset. So that was really cool.
wow.
Yeah, and then,
Cool.
since then, the kids were off school. The first thing that we did was we took the kids, to Great Wolf Lodge. I know there's
Oh,
one
yeah.
in, Orange County as well. We have one in Manteca in the Bay Area. So I took the
Mm.
kids there and, they had fun. It's like cheesy fun for kids. So, that was good. And then we went camping. We've got some other travel, plans, this, summer, but for now, I
It
think month of June till July, we're staying put. And then we're off to Orlando, in July, so
ooh, nice. The
yeah.
one in, you said Watika? Watika? Oh,
Manteca,
Manteca. Does
yeah,
that one have a indoor water park as well?
yeah. Doesn't Grey Wolf Lodge always have an indoor water park?
Oh, I don't know. I
Oh, I
haven't been
know
to
it
any
does,
of
it
them.
does. That's what it is. Like, Great Wolf
Oh,
Lodge
okay.
is supposed to be like an indoor water park for kids.
Got it.
Comment here if you have taken your kids there and they loved it. Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
like a rite of passage. Everyone goes there. It's like Disneyland, like, at a smaller scale, of course, but yeah.
But they have a lot of activities for the adults too, or mainly
Not much, it's like, adults just like hang out. They do have a pool and they have like dance parties for kids and
Oh,
it's
okay.
really, really nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. And then you're going to Florida. That's fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's get into it, Christina. So
Yes.
awesome. So today's topic is this trust and wills, but we're gonna get a little granular and talk about
Mm,
family. I
mhm,
believe we talked family last few
mhm.
weeks ago.
Few
But let's
times, yep.
go with the first question. What happens if I don't name a guardian? And I guess this is pertaining to a trust
Mhm,
or will, right? I mean,
mhm.
either
In a will.
one.
Guardian is named in a will.
Yeah. Okay.
But so for families who have kids that are under 18, if you don't have a guardian named on a properly executed document, a legal document, then if something happens to you and your partner, the parents, let's say you went out on a date night, and unfortunate stuff happened, and you're no longer there, and your kids are at home with the babysitter
Mm,
doesn't have any authority to raise the kids. She
mhm.
was just a
Right.
temporary help.
Sure.
So as soon as the authorities find out that people who have passed away or who are in the ER are parents, or they have minor kids right under their care, they're
Yeah.
gonna send the police over to the home address,
Hmm.
and they're
Okay.
going to locate the kids and
Right.
make sure that they keep them safe, so that the babysitter doesn't take advantage of them, or anybody else who steps up or says that,
Sure.
hey, we want to take care of them, doesn't take advantage of them, right?
Right.
So what the police will do is they'll take the kids into their custody, and they will wait until somebody steps up and says that, hey, I'm Christina's mom, I'm this child's like grandma, and I want to take care of this child because my daughter's in the hospital, or my daughter passed away, or whatever. And then what will happen is the court and the system will have to run a background check, and
Um,
oftentimes they will have to get the judge issue a letter of
mm,
guardianship, right? And that takes a long time, and during that time, what happens is the children are first in the police custody, and then they'll go into the system where they'll be part of the child protective services. During that time, the kids are not with the people that are that they're familiar with, and your poor parents, or whoever wants to take care of the kids, will have to wait it out until the judge can actually have them go through a guardianship proceeding and issue them a letter to be a proper guardian for the child. Then they'll release the kids.
What can
So
you go into more what that police custody looks like? I mean,
I have heard of adults, right? Some of my clients have gone through that situation in the past, because of different reasons, right? So when police takes the kids out of in their custody, they'll take care of the kids, and they'll have them at the station or whatever until they
huh,
can be relayed to the proper officials, right? Whether
wait,
that be a social worker.
it's not a jail, is it? Like
No, 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 no,
I'm trying to picture like where
no, no,
they
no.
would hang out. It's like
Yeah.
a
They
dog.
will so they will be just in at a station until, the proper social worker or whoever can
Oh,
be
I see.
relayed to get the child over to a facility or a home,
Okay,
who are there to take care of the children. But I mean,
got
every person who's gone through that situation, for one reason or another, they say that it's a very traumatic experience, and it the steps to avoid it can be uh, very simple. Very
yeah.
simple. Just having a guardianship card as well as short-term guardianship nomination that's signed and notarized. That can absolutely, avoid this kind of tragedy and trauma for your kids. So if anyone has minor kids, this really should be your number one goal in making sure that, in the worst of scenarios, this doesn't happen to your kids.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And then it goes to the next question. How do I financially protect my minor children?
Yeah, financially protecting your minor children comes in maybe like a few different routes that you can think of. But the one that comes to my mind is, if something happens to the parents, who's going to financially support and raise the children, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Many times
Mhm.
people say that, oh, I want to name my mom as the guardian, but she doesn't have money. So I'm going to name my friend as a guardian instead because that friend has money and that they can
Mm.
raise my kids. But you don't have to think that way, because when you have a instrument like a life insurance in place, that basically guarantees that when you pass away, your kids will have enough money to support themselves, and the guardians can use that
Oh,
proceeds to raise
got
them. So that's a very popular tool that a lot of younger parents use because they don't have assets saved up yet, right? Like they're not as wealthy as they would be 50 years down the road, but they have minor children that would need the funds to be raised up, right? So
mm.
you put life insurance in place, in hand in hand with a trust, where there's could be someone in the trust that can be named as a successor trustee, aka financial guardian, who can manage the life insurance proceeds and give it to the guardian, who's going to be a day-to-day guardian to take care of the kids, to make sure that the kids are not going to go without. So it'll pay for their private schools if need be. It'll pay for their clothes, their lodging, their food, their extracurricular activities. All of those things can be managed by the trustee. The kids are going to be having the least interrupted lives, even though it will be a big change. At least the financial portion of it, people don't have to have drama and be stressed out about it.
Got it. That's awesome. And if you have any questions,
Yeah,
about
please
any of
pop
this,
them
yeah,
on the chat. Yeah, and we
yeah,
can answer your question directly.
exactly. All right, and then the last one we have here is, can a guardian also manage my children's inheritance?
So the short answer is yes. So there are two types of, well, three types, but we'll just talk about two here. One is the day-to-day guardian, who has the responsibility of, feeding your kid, dropping them off at school, or paying for the daycare and all that stuff. That's a permanent
Okay,
guardian. And then there's
okay.
another role called financial guardian, a person who can manage the money that the children were left because they're under 18, they can't manage that money, right? So oftentimes the guardian, who is a day-to-day person, can be the same person in the role of a financial guardian as well.
Hmm.
But if the guardian that you choose is not so much of a financially savvy person who would know how to invest this money, like oftentimes life insurance proceeds are what, like 500,000, $1 million, $2 million, right? You would want to pick a separate person to be a financial guardian. So,
Oh,
financial guardian can be someone who manages your child's inheritance during their minorhood. And then a permanent guardian could be the day to day caretaker who receives funds from the financial guardian for the use of the children as well. So,
okay,
that can be the same people, but it could also be different people.
got it. I have two questions that
Yeah.
popped up in my head.
Mhm.
So the first one is, um, is there an age limit that the guardian takes care of the child, like until 18,
Yep,
21,
until
like
they're
forever?
18. So
Okay,
18 is the legal age to become an adult, and once a child becomes 18, they no longer legally need a guardian. It's just like,
got it.
once the
Yeah.
parents are empty nesters, kids are 18, they're free to do, as they choose in their life. So the same thing.
So if it's a financial guardian and they're just by the time they're 18, do they just, since they don't need a guardian anymore, do they just, hey, okay, now it's your up to you to be
Yeah.
responsible for that income?
Yeah,
Is that
normally what would happen is the financial guardian will release the funds to the kids once they turn 18 because they were only managing it because the kids were minors. Once they become an adult, this fund is released to the kid and they're able to manage it and use it to their own enjoyment, use, or purpose. But here's the thing, how many kids were you responsible when you were 18 to manage, like, $1 million?
I didn't even know about like what managing was, to be
Well, yeah,
honest.
exactly. So
Yeah,
same thing with me. That not many kids
yeah.
are financially mature or
Going to
savvy
school.
enough to know
Yeah,
what to do with the money that they're released. So there
yeah.
is a really neat technique in setting up your living trust, where it basically says that, hey, financial guardian, you are going to manage this money until they're 18, and then once they
Hmm,
turn 18, they can have this amount of money, but the rest of it, you keep managing it until they're 25 or until they're 30, and you can be like a wise counsel to talk with the kid in their
got
20s to see what is the right way to use the money. That way it protects the money from being diminished by the children's possible immaturity in money concepts, as well as once an 18-year-old inherits something and gets something passed out, all sorts of people will become their friends, right?
it. Right.
And once they realize, oh, my friend, because they lost their parents when they were younger, like they
Mm,
just came into like 70, $750,000, like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with them. And so you want to make sure
yeah,
that you set up a trust using a technique where, if this is a concern for you,
it's a good
the
point.
financial guardian can act as a guardian and sort of manager beyond their adulthood as well. So that's
Mm.
all, customizable. It could be tailored to whatever each family situation is, but that's a really, really good question.
And how, well, I mean, like in the processing, like you said, the court picks the guardian,
Hmm.
correct?
Hmm.
Through an interview process.
Hmm.
And it can be anybody, right? I mean,
It could
or
be
do
anyone who steps up and says, hey, I'm their uncle, hey, I'm their grandma, hey, I'm their neighbor, whatever, and
it
I
be
would like
outside of family members or
it could be
okay.
outside family, anyone.
Well,
And the
why? Okay,
mhm,
go ahead.
judge will
Sorry.
pick someone based on what looks good on paper.
Hmm.
And there is no knowledge on the judge's part to know, oh, the parents would have wanted this person to be their guardian.
Yeah.
Like, no idea.
Let's
if
say,
there if it's not documented, it's basically trying to read a dead person's mind, right?
whoa. Okay. Because it could be like totally against what the parents
Yeah, the
probably, yeah.
the the outcome can be very different from what you
Mm,
have intended. So the best way is
yeah.
to document it while you're alive. Knock on wood, nothing will happen to you. But if it
Yeah.
does, it's not going to go to that extreme.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
great. Thanks, Christina. I
of
mean,
course.
that was great, you know, sharing all that information. Now, we have for those that stayed to the end, always, we have a gift for you.
Yes.
And that gift is, go ahead, Christina.
Okay.
Thanks to your law firm, we are giving she's giving a 15-minute clarity call. Um, what can you just I don't think we talked about this in the past, but what's
Mhm.
in that 15-minute clarity call? Can you
Yeah, so the 15-minute clarity call basically means in it, you will hop on a call with one of our staff members, a welcome coordinator who is at our law firm. And they are basically a very highly skilled and trained intake specialist. So what they will do is they will get their name and your information, and will ask the client how can we help you? Do you have little kids that you're worried about? Do you have a home that you're afraid that is going to go through probate? What got you to call us? And then what are the things that you're looking for? So what the intake coordinator, welcome coordinator will do during that 15-minute phone call is answer any questions about the processes that you can expect through our law firm, and also answer any questions in terms of, okay, like what do I need in my situation, right?
mm,
And they will also help you book a meeting with an attorney after that 15-minute phone call as well. So that's what happens in a 15-minute phone call.
perfect. And is there, of course, we were gonna ask, I mean, the cost. I mean, is there a
Mhm.
cost right when the appointment is set with the attorney, or when typically that
So 15
oh,
minute clarity call is absolutely free. And after
okay.
that call, if the
Yeah.
client, the potential client, and also the intake coordinator decides, hey, we might be a good fit, and yes, I can book you that 2 hour meeting initial consultation with the attorney. That initial consultation is $750 because it is a working meeting, and we will provide a way for a client portal for them to also upload all of their information, and our attorneys, including myself, right now it's just me, will look at all the information before we jump into that 2 hour meeting. So that 2 hour meeting is a very efficient and effective use of our time, highlighting where the client situation stands, as well as what is their concern, and what are the recommendations, and what the investment looks like. And from there, we will give them, here are the recommendations and here are the information, and if you have any questions, you can ask them, ask the attorney, and during that time we'll decide what's the right plan. And from there, we even start designing the trust right then and there during that meeting as well. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's what that is. Yeah.
Okay. And can they come to your office, or everything's done virtual, or
We
is
do
there
have a physical office here in Pleasant Hill, which is in Northern California, near like 40 minutes east of San Francisco.
okay.
And we do also do Zoom meetings. I have regular clients in Orange County or other parts of California as well, that want to meet through Zoom. And because they've heard from their referral source that, hey, Christina really listens to you and she will answer all your questions, and the process is very easy. And we send a remote team out to your home to get your signing done as well. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. That's
hmm
great.
So Zoom is totally possible, but if you wanted to, and if you can come into our office, absolutely can come into our office as well.
Awesome. Well, I
Yeah,
hope you guys got a lot of value out of this session here today.
of course.
Please like and share to all your friends and family that can benefit from this. We're
Before
gonna
we
go.
go,
Yes.
Ben, like, what are like the ways that people can think of your services?
For me,
Yeah.
I mean, I do all things help with real estate
Mm,
at the end of the day. So I specialize more importantly this last 5 years, like first time home buyers, first time home sellers, and even if you're looking to get rid of your home quick, I know ways to help get your house all cash, and like
mm,
uh you've seen those commercials, they'll buy it in any condition, things like that.
yeah, yeah.
But more importantly, I think for like if you work with someone like myself, it's I'm very like hand holding like Christina. We really care
Mm,
about our clients,
mhm,
and we don't want to just make it a transitional thing, whether it's
mhm.
real estate or trust. We want to
Mhm.
be there for your entire life, and then for your kids, as well, because I know real estate is not just the first. It's I think it's the first step to a family's legacy,
Mm.
and then and then, like, when you grow your family, you either downsize or you upsize or whatever the situation
Mhm.
might be, and
Mhm.
I'll be there to help assist, whatever, and help you navigate whatever direction you need to go.
Mm.
And
Mhm. Mhm.
so, um, that's where I feel that I can be of great service to whoever is watching this, or needing my help. And I started my whole journey through, like, learning new construction. So
Mhm.
I started a time when COVID was like, it was like limited inventory, and people are fighting for homes and
Mm.
overbidding. I don't know if you remember, Christina, but in COVID, people are overbidding over 20, 30,000, 40,000
Oh,
for a
yeah, I
home.
remember. Yeah.
It was insane, and that's when I
Mhm.
came in. So I got really good at learning to have relationship with new construction builders, and
Mhm.
that way there's a surplus of inventory, um, for buyers that I'm talking to. So it's
Mhm.
anywhere you go, there's gonna be new construction,
Mhm. Mhm.
because California, it just seems like it's getting smaller.
Mhm.
The vacant land's going away so
Yeah.
fast, and so,
Mhm.
um, you know, and it's almost the same price as, scary. Like, you can get a new home. A lot of people don't know you can get a new home for the price of a remodeled old home, right? So
Mm.
yeah, so and then there's more incentives. A lot of builders are giving more incentives because
Mhm.
they own the mortgage bank side. So
Mm.
because they own the mortgage bank side, they can credit you, maybe a closing cost or more down payment, or just money toward renovation or things you want to pick in your new home, things like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so a lot of people tend to like to go that route because
I see.
like, if you buy an old home, and you renovate it, that's your cost, and
Mhm.
things like
Mhm.
that, unless you get it from the last seller. So there's I can do a 15-minute clarity call for someone too,
Yeah?
and yeah, and but this call is not about me. The live is not about me. This live's about Christina and her team, and how much value she can bring to your guys' life. And I trust
Mm.
Christina. I've known Christina for a long time. So please book a clarity call with Christina. And let's see, we got a comment. I don't know. Uh,
Very good questions, Ben. Someone
awesome.
said.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Well,
Well,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much,
Thank you so
Christina.
much for interviewing me, and we will come back with more questions next time.
Yeah, we have three more questions,
Okay.
and then it's g- it, uh, I'll just say the title
All right.
will be the power of attorney and healthcare
Oh, very
directive.
important. Very important. All right.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Thank
Ben.
you.
All
Have a
right.
good
Bye,
day, everyone.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.